The post-halving debacle of 2020 is upon us. Could Bitcoin potentially be seeing a rare triple top rejection before a plunge deep down into the crypto abyss? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price and the action inside the chart right now. My friends, Bitcoin was once again rejected at the downward sloping resistance line of the potential descending triangle formation forming right underneath this potential triple top rejection zone. We need to discuss the possibility here of a further potential capitulatory event for the price of BTC. But don't worry, my Moonboy friends. We will also discuss the possibility of the bulls regaining momentum here and looking to rip towards new highs. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, all right? So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. Now, clearly, my friends, Bitcoin was rejected once again upon this downward sloping resistance trend line, creating right now what could be a bearish descending triangle. The reason I'm saying this is because Bitcoin has used this white box area here, which ranges for me on my chart from about 8,600 all the way up to about 9,100. It has used it as resistance in the past, then support down here, support up here, and now we're tentatively looking to form support here once again. My friends, if Bitcoin is able to find a bounce in here, the problem is that if we continue to stay on a lower high trajectory, whether the price comes all the way back up to this trend line or not, this to me looks like another possible bearish descending triangle, very similar to what we've seen throughout Bitcoin's history that has led to absolutely catastrophic declines deep down into the crypto abyss. Back in 2018, my friends, the Don Carbanaccio was playing this descending triangle like a fiddle, like a spit shine trombone, all the way down into the abyss, okay? Then up here again, while all the moon boys were hooting and hollering, "Here, Kirby, here it is, we're going to the moon." Don Carbanaccio said, nah, little James, don't you see it, buddy? We've got lower highs after lower highs after lower highs with a baseline of support, which if broken could lead to a capitulation. And my friends, it did do just that. And right now, I think Bitcoin is possibly setting itself up to be in one of these formations yet again. If we continue to see a baseline of support built here with a continuing lower high trajectory, we could possibly be squeezing into one of these formations into another capitulation event. Let's get this crypto. If you see that, leave a thumbs up. Now, this is even more concerning for me here, my friends, because we are seeing this at a point of a potential triple top rejection confirmation. These are rare. More often than not, you see double tops and double bottoms. Right now, my friends, Bitcoin is at what is essentially right now a triple top, okay? And a triple top, if confirmed, meaning that we see a heinous decline from this point, my friends, this is proving that the bulls cannot get through this region and that there's just not enough buy pressure to do so. And once that's pretty solidified at that point, it becomes very difficult for speculators to gain the courage to go long into a bullish position anywhere near this range. It essentially is saying, hey, this is the range where the bulls just can't, they failed each and every time, right? And I mean, per classical technical analysis, this range has a ton of confluence, right? We had our double top there. We had our multi-month support, which then flipped into new resistance, then back tested, confirmed resistance again. And now we're seeing that it's testing for a third time and looking to be that resistance point once more. And if we fail at this region, my friends, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for bullish speculators to think that getting through this range is going to happen with relative ease. Let's get this crypto. Now, the other thing here that we need to understand as well before we go any further, you guys know I pull this up from time to time. Let me pull it up here again. The Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle. Generally, market cycles, they can be long-term or short-term, right? And they generally start off with hope, go all the way up to a blow-off top of the euphoria stage, and then go all the way back down to which they once came from. Okay, so now if we look here, I just want to point out that this market cycle, all the way up to 14,000 before the pop, it got the target that was hit, my friends, was the golden 0.618 Fibonacci extension target, right? And we could see that right there. It hit the target and then plunged. And that is the exact market cycle target that I was looking at. You guys would know if you are a long-term subscriber, I was pointing it out that, hey, we might have seen the top here. After we got our blow off top at this range, I was pointing it out and saying, hey, this could get very bearish, okay? So what I want you to see now is that this market cycle here, my friends, right? If we take from the top here and we pull it down to the bottom, we can see. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? Where is it? Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan, right there. We tapped the 0.618 golden fib extension, and we're being met with rejection right now for what could potentially be a bearish triple top. Let's get this crypto. My friends, I'm just pointing it out that this could be a deceiving little market cycle here because it happened so fast and the move was so large that many don't want to believe that this could have been the market cycle in and of itself, right? I mean, we had a catalyst here, the global health uncertainty that wound up capitulating the price. Now we've also had the halving run mixed into the pot here, okay? And now we are seeing lower highs at this very, very critical area of potential resistance confluence, and we have hit the golden extension target, which could symbolize that the top is in, okay? And now, for the second half of the video here, we're going to discuss potential downside targets where the bulls may look to recapture the momentum here and potentially look to go up. So we have a lot to cover right now, okay? So let's get right into it. But if you haven't already, my friends, if you could please leave a thumbs up here on the video for the algorithm. It really helps the channel. I so appreciate it. I hope you appreciate me. Slap a thumbs up on this video. And if you haven't already, my friends, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. I do realistic analysis on Bitcoin here day in and day out. You know, it is in your best interest if you want to get these videos in a timely fashion to hit that subscribe, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the channel. Now, let's get into it. We're also going to look at Ethereum and the altcoin market as well, okay? So, just like we hit our golden fib extension target there, what we have to start looking at now, my friends, is if the top is in, right? Keyword, if the top is in. Let's take our Fibonacci retracement here from the bottom to the top, okay? And this is where we're going to start to look for our potential targets. On a more longer term perspective, this whole move, my friends, we have the honey hole of Don Carbonaccio right here. Let's actually switch this to blue so we're not confused. We'll make this a blue honey hole right there. Perfect. Now, the honey hole of the Don is between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, okay? And for me, that's roughly from about 7,000 to 6,200. And this coincides with this range to a T, my friends, right? You see that there's just so much historic confluence in this range that it really wouldn't surprise me that if we tested down into here, that bullish speculators may begin to come back into the market at that point, looking once more, just like over here, old support turned into new resistance. Once resistance was broken, we ripped up to our high, and if we back test in here now, that this range in particular may be old resistance flipping into new support once again. Let's get this crypto. Just putting that on your radar from that point if we are to capitulate into that zone. Also something to consider, again, another longer term outlook. Weekly time frame, if we turn on our moving averages here, I'd like you all to see that we could be seeing that this 200-week moving average here, the blue line here on the bottom, is also starting to creep up into this range. And throughout Bitcoin's history, the 200-week moving average has supported Bitcoin at its worst times, through the bearish trend. So it's possible that we could also see this blue line creep up into here, which would be a honey hole confluence with the 200-week moving average and the historic price action confluence to potentially allow bullish speculators to say, hey, maybe this is a spot where we can hold the price and could begin to move further to the upside from this point in time. Let's get this crypto. Just something to keep on your radar, okay? Another thing here is that on the daily, look here, we see that the 50 and the 200-day moving average have just had a classic bullish golden cross. The problem for me here, my friends, is that these golden crosses and death crosses, the opposite of a golden cross, have tended to lead to fake outs in Bitcoin's history. Let's actually turn this one off for now. We'll just leave our 50 and our 200. We could see here, my friends, we golden crossed yesterday, and right now the price has already tanked roughly 10% from that cross. We could see the last time that we had a cross here as well, the price tanked, right? I mean, that was a debacle to say the least. Over here we had a death cross, right? And look at the day of the cross. I mean, you can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. We had a death cross, which is a bearish indicator, and it ripped 40% to the upside. Okay, here as well, we had a bullish cross and this dumped something like 10%, right? So the thing is, my friends, is that in a traditional classical technical analysis sense, these crosses, are a great indicator. But for me here on Bitcoin, they tend to lead to fake outs more often than not. Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, but we've already seen it here once again, that the bullish golden cross comes in and the price takes a dump. Let's get this crypto. Looking for targets, let's go back now for Bitcoin, okay? I just wanted to give you guys a more macro perspective. I hope you appreciate that, okay? Now, let's do some more Fibonacci's, okay? Let's go from the bottom of this move here. We'll drag up to the top of the move, and I just want to point out as well, I showed you how important earlier that this white zone would be here, that if Bitcoin is going to not capitulate on its first attempt down, it needs to find support in this range. And look at where the price wicked down to. Again, you can't make it up. The 0.618 golden Fibonacci retracement. And if this is going to wind up holding here, Bitcoin is still not out of the woods, as any lower high here is still keeping us within what could be the creation of a bearish descending triangle, right? But it also keeps the hope alive for the bulls, because if this triangle can be negated, if the bearish downward sloping resistance line can be broken through, it could be go time for the bulls. My friends, I hope you see that as well. And if it's broken, right? If it's broken, and we're still on the Fibonacci from the local swing low to swing high, right? From right here to right here. Notice the 1.1618 Fibonacci extension, and look where it lines up, my friends. Right there, smack dab in the middle of the honey hole of Don Carbonaccio, around 69.57. Just giving some more confluence. It's all within this green box that I just pointed out, and within the longer term macro honey hole. Let's get this crypto. So, for me, again, it's possible that we bounce up here, continue to form this triangle, and dump. It's also possible, since we're about 50% of the way through the pattern formation, and we've already seen this level tested now twice, it's possible that a dump is fair game at any moment through this region. And if that in fact occurs, losing the 0.618, dumping below this area of confluence certainly increases the probability of further downside action, in my opinion. And this range in particular, down here, roughly between 7,000 and the low 6,000s, becomes the range where I would potentially be setting my eyes on, to see Bitcoin possibly trade down into before the bulls start to, get confident again that they can start buying. Okay, let's get this crypto. Now, my friends, with all of this being said, I mean, I hope that your head isn't spinning. I hope you're not, oh, Kirby, there's so much. It could go up, it could go down. Yes, my friend, welcome to trading. It can go up or it could go down. I've seen a lot of people lately. I really don't like to put it like this, but a lot of noobs that FOMO'd into the top here are getting very, very worried all of a sudden. Oh, Kirby, what do you mean? Up or down? This is technical analysis. This isn't a crystal ball prediction, right? I'm just looking for what the chart is showing me. And if certain confirmations come in, right, does that increase the probability of further downside action? Or going up, does this increase the probability of further upside action? And, my friends, nothing is ever guaranteed. Technical analysis is looking to give yourself a perceived edge in the market where you can possibly shift the edge in your favor to crush this market and get this crypto. Right now, you should not be freaking out. I think I'm doing the best I can here to outline all of these scenarios, targets, etc. for you. But if you want to see exactly how I'll be trading this range here in particular, exactly where I'm looking to enter, exactly where I'm looking to exit, potentially take profits, what my targets are in real time. If you want to see all of that, my friends, I post all of my entries and things of that nature in VIP. If you're not already in my VIP, I mean, today is definitely the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Many, my friends, that bought the top here have taken that trip to Rec City with average Joe and James at the water cooler. The fact of the matter is, my friends, is that even if your trades have gone sour in here with this heinous volatility, it's normal that you're going to take some losses in this much of a choppy environment. That's normal. Don't let it get you down, okay? Keep your wits about you. The best thing that you can do as a trader is not to let your emotions take hold. And I know right now, the Don is remaining cool, calm, and collected, preparing to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. So if you want to see exactly how I'll be setting up all of my further trades for this exact range and beyond, as I look to potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can, my friends, then I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto, okay? So now, that being said, I just want it to be known that for me right now, the pressure is still to the downside, okay? Very bearish indeed. But now we're going to look at the bullish perspective, and then we'll quickly look at Ethereum and the altcoin market as well, okay? But again, if you appreciate this, my friends, a thumbs up goes a long way. And don't forget to hit subscribe, tick the bell, and select all if you're brand new. Let's get this crypto, okay? So if Bitcoin is able to hold here, just like I was stating, what we want to see is that obviously, we would like to see this downward sloping trend line be negated right away. But if it's not, my friends, we need to see this white box hold, okay? And it needs to remain as support. If we look over now at the weekly time frame and we turn on our moving averages, we have a very important confluence here. I'm going to turn back on this 21 week now. We could see here that Bitcoin is still trading above the red 50 week and the orange 21 week. Throughout Bitcoin's history, this has been a healthy bullish environment when trading complete candle bodies above both of these moving averages. Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, but we could see trading above these two historically has been very bullish. Trading below them, historically very bearish. And for me right now, I'd like to see this white box still hold, essentially all the way down 8,500 being the bare minimum. but that moving average is around 8,800. So let's say that for now. I want to see that support held at around 8,800 if the bulls are going to have any chance to get out of this potentially bearish structure at a triple top rejection point to burst through and get to new highs, which, my friends, getting above the $10,000 to roughly $10,800 area and consolidating above there could lead Bitcoin into a very, very potentially bullish situation, in my opinion, as then we will have negated the multi-month bearish structure, consolidated above the old resistance, flipping into new support, and maybe we then kick off the bull market. That is what I'm looking for there from a bullish perspective. But right now, there's not really much else we could say. These two moving averages here in particular, the 50-week and the 21-week, basically that's the saving grace for Bitcoin. And if we do capitulate, my friends, it's that confluence box I showed you earlier for the bearish targets. Bitcoin needs to hold here within the green box, roughly down into the $6,000 range. If Bitcoin loses the green box, I mean, for me, that's good night. At that point, this green box here would turn into a red resistance box. And I mean, for me, we can kiss it goodbye at that point. I'd be personally targeting much lower levels as the probability for further downside would increase, in my opinion, dropping below there. Let's get this crypto. Okay. Now, I think I've showed you all of this for Bitcoin. And again, do not let this overwhelm you. Right now, the Don is preparing to strike like a cobra out of the grass and potentially get this crypto. And if you want to see exactly how I'll be setting up all of my trades here, ladies and gentlemen, I was just telling you, but I'll tell you again, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video, okay? Now, let's look over at Ethereum, okay? Actually, first we'll go to the total altcoin market cap chart. Now, just like Bitcoin, my friends, the problem here with this chart, which, I mean, I hope we can all see, has been very, very bearish for years, okay? If we zoom in here, we're still obviously on a lower high trajectory, inherently bearish. We are right now seeing the 0.618 Fibonacci extension target acting as the crucial and critical resistance point. Look at this, my friends. If we get rejected here and fall back below this red box, right, which actually for the time being, I will flip it to green as we want to see it hold as new potential support. If we fall back below that green box, let me just go to the log scale for the sake of this video. If we fall below the green box, we will have lost the potential support. We will have then fallen below all of the moving averages on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the weekly as well. Yeah, right now, all of the moving averages are coiled up here. The 21, the 50, and the 200 week are all coiled up, right? So if we fall below these, with the lowest right now being the 21 at 75 billion, which is right about here, my friends, if we fall below here, we will have lost all of the potential support of the moving averages, turning old support potentially into new resistance. And a plunge below that level, my friends, could lead to this longer term. Let me get these moving averages off here now to make it more clean. A fall below that green box could lead to a longer term bearish descending triangle being built before another absolute and utter capitulation. Let's get this crypto. And from a bullish perspective, because, you know, I don't want to keep this one-sided, because there is always the possibility of this breaking up viciously. I mean, for me, my friends, you know, we need to see a new higher high come in. If we're going to find support, I think it has to be where we are right now. I just can't see how dropping back below these regions would be healthy. I mean, sure, anything is possible, but for the altcoins, I would really want to see that we hold support where we are at right now, look to rip up, and we'd have to create a new higher high here, my friends, as another bearish double top could just be very devastating for this trend. I mean, I don't like it. I just don't personally like what I'm seeing here. You know, my bias right now from a structural perspective is that this is still bearish here, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. Moving over to Ethereum now, my friends. If you are subscribed here, I was pointing out that this could have been a bull flag type of channel breakout here, right? But right now, very similar to Bitcoin, albeit on a micro perspective, right? We are seeing essentially a triple top here. Top number 1, top number 2, and top number 3 here. We have fallen back into this channel for the time being. And most importantly here, if we flip on our moving averages, we have fallen below the 21 moving average, right? And the reason that this is important, let me get this 200 out of here. We are now only looking at the 21-day and the 50-day moving averages. I've noticed a pattern here, my friends, that when Ethereum is trading above both the 21 and the 50, it has been very healthy. And then once it breaks below one of them, the trend has had a tendency to move lower, okay? So basically, I've been looking at this as if we're trading above both of them, I was going to stay in a long position, and if we closed below one of them, I was going to exit my position, as we've seen throughout time that, you know, closing below one of them has more often than not every time, but more often than not has led to further downside action. I was speculating long here on Ethereum. I have since exited my position with this close below here on the 21-day moving average, you know, potential triple top here. You know, things right now, my friends, for the altcoin market, I think are going to be heavily dependent upon the Bitcoin price. The saving grace, very similar to Bitcoin here, are basically these weekly moving averages, right? That we could see that we have our 21 and our 50 right there. I mean, we are right on it right now, my friends. So basically, it's either time to shine for Ethereum, or dropping below this would potentially lead to much further downside action, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. And we can all see here that we do have a structure being built here, which could be a longer term, you know, bearish descending triangle as well, just like the rest of the altcoin market that I just showed you. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so right now I am looking for potential trading opportunities on Ethereum, which if I am going to take trades here on Ethereum, I will keep you personally updated with that in VIP, exactly when I enter, exactly when I exit, and look to potentially take profit. And of course on Bitcoin as well. My friends, don't let the emotional ride of this market have you lose focus of what's important. What's important here as a trader is looking for high reward, low risk trade setups to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. And I know right now that the Don is looking for potentially life-changing trading opportunity. This, my friends, is the range where we may see absolute and utter capitulation, or an absolute and utter explosion to potentially break the bearish structure. I just don't know how else to put it. To me, time is ticking on one direction or the other. There's not much time left, in my opinion. So if you do want to see how I'll be setting up my trades, my exact entry points, exact exit points, exact potential take profit zones, my friends, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. You know, ultimately, my friends, we are going to see some moon boys potentially take that trip to Rec City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. Or it's possible that if the bulls are able to regain momentum here, that Don Carbonaccio may be looking to ride that parabolic express with Moonshot McDaniels and the Hodl Train homies on an uptrend if Bitcoin is to change the structure and look to rip to new highs. I'm preparing for either direction, my friends. Don't let this market overwhelm you. Like I stated, I will keep you personally updated exclusively in VIP with my exact entries, exits, targets, etc. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. I will see you in VIP right now. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.